Okay, let's continue with this plumbing project. And what I want to do, this bathroom area that has a washer and dryer. Now this washer and dryer needs to be tagged like this water closet. You see this text? This is a text. And to show that this is a water closet, these are two lavatories, LV1, this is a shower. You can call it, if you have more than one shower, you may call it shower dash SH-1 or SH-2. If there's two or more types. Here's the kitchen sink. Water closet, this is a floor mounted, so in your schedule, you may have WC-2. And WC-2 may be a flush valve. Now this water closet is a flush tank. I'm going to turn off. I think the architect has his PL plumbing fixtures. They are not on. Okay, so let's cancel. Okay, I'm going to try something. Looks like they're on. What's going on here? Architect. Wait a minute. Let's just try this. Let's turn the architect's model off. Now, does that make sense? Let's see. Yeah, there it is under shower, sink, kitchen sink. I'm gonna unpin it. I don't want to do that. Let's pin it back. I'm a little confused. Okay, looks like they're off now. Looks like, yeah, they're off. Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay. So getting back to the calling out the plumbing fixtures, and these are done with tags, not text. This is like tags and text are two different things. This is a tag. Tag has information in it, let's say, and what we call this text is just dumb text. Okay. Now over here, this is tagged by category, which is what I'm going to use for this washer dryer. But in order to do that, basically you highlight your plumbing fixture. You're going to edit that particular type, okay? Because it can be washer dryer -1, washer dryer -2, washer dryer -3, depending on how many types of models of washer dryers you have. So you come down, you pick your type properties, and you scroll all the way down to where it says type mark. Okay, so I'm gonna choose D slash or W/D. W/D. That's washer dryer. I'm going to say OK to that. Duplicate, cancel. I'm going to cancel that. There must be one here already. Let's do this. Tag by category. It says let's use this. Highlight, right click, and create similar. Okay. So let's do this. I don't know where that W washer/D is. So duplicate type is somewhere. I don't know where. This is a washer dryer. I'm going to say yes. Element duplicate type mark. Okay. You just have to go with it. And come up here. And now it's giving me the tag for this washer dryer. So, and I can control some of this information up here. So I can choose a leader or not, which would put me here, or I can choose for it to be a free end without the leader, and it will put me here, but I can move it out. Okay, let's go back. Let's go. I'm going to delete this and do this again. Tag by category. I'm going to go leader, attach in, and not leader. So I'll put it here. Now, can I move that out? Of course I can, right? Should be able to. Okay. So that's attached to it, but no leader. So you can either use it by free, what is it? Free. You can use a free in, or you can say attach in. I think attach in is usually if you're going to use a leader. But if you don't use the leader, you can have your tag float around your plumbing fixture. Okay, so let's get back to now that I have those identified, I'm going to go into this piping, and that is 1 1/4. So I'm going to come to this area. Let's go here. I don't want to do too much, and what I want to do is bring it about right here, because I want to drop down into this wall so I can pick up the cold water from this water heater. Okay, there's a hot water outlet, there's a cold water inlet, and a hot water outlet. Okay, so let's move this down to about right there. I can put it inside. I think it's okay. So I have that. I'm gonna scoot this over just a little bit to the right, and so I'm going to use my cold water to supply this to the water heater, this tankless water heater, and also I'm going to branch off and supply cold water to the shower and to the kitchen sink. Okay, so right now I'm in the ceiling space, so I'm going to have to drop down. I'm going to use a T to drop down and pick up washer, dryer, water closet, and the 2 lavs. Okay, so to do that, I have my section here, and let's see here. Let's go see what we got, just to be safe, and go to that section view. So I am here, and there's my elbow going into the page or going into the computer screen. Either that or it's coming out, right? Or either up, down, left, right, but you can see that there's an elbow, and that elbow is this elbow, and it's going to my left. So it's going out. Okay, so I'm gonna drop down. So what I need to do is get a reference. Okay, so now I know I'm gonna drop down. I need a reference, and those references are where are the connectors to the washer and dryer and the water closet. So I don't want to go too low. Coming from the ceiling, I don't want to go below the connection. Let me show you. Let's go back. So these are the connections for the washer and dryer, and this is the connection for the water closet. So I want to go about in this area. Let's do this. Let's create a similar and come down. Okay, so that's not a good fitting. I don't like, that's not the right fitting. So what I want to do, let's see what's going on. Water, where am I? Oh, okay. So I can come down. Okay, I can come down anywhere in here. I can adjust that because it's not clear how far. Let me see. Maybe if I go, I can always adjust it, but that's good enough. So I want to get that fitting correct. So in order to do your fittings, there's several ways I think that you can manipulate your fittings to sync your fittings into your systems. And where if you're using, I don't want those two. So I think somehow you can, I'm not going to go into that. So my fittings, my fittings for cold water or water systems, I'm going to use my T reducing vent. I use that for my vent system and for my water systems. And for my sanitary systems, I use this T sanitary and this Y combination. Okay, so I have the three that I use depending on which system I'm using. So T reducing vent, say okay to that. And this is going to be, this description is domestic cold water. And the type mark is domestic cold water. I'll say okay to that. Let's go back to our section view and highlight, create similar. I'll come down here. Okay, now that's the correct fitting that I want. Just a little T. And this is going to be, I'm going to change that from a 1 1/4 inch to 1 inch. And that's for my 2 lavatories, my washer and dryer, and that water closet. So we go here, just above it in the wall space. So I'm moving this out. Let's see, what have we got here? Let's take another look at this guy. So we have the pipe. Let's go around. So we have the pipe coming down and another pipe supplying the water heater, shower, and the kitchen sink, which is back here. Let's go back to my water and continue with the draft. Well, yeah, let's go here. I want to show you guys something. I think that, let's see. So there's a few ways you can do this. Revit allows you to connect into the pipe from your fixtures. Okay, so highlight the fixtures, and so how you do that, you highlight your fixture and go up to your ribbon, and where it says connect into, you choose connect into, and Revit will ask you, well, which pipe do you want? And I want the cold water. So I'll say okay to cold water, and down here it's going to say, down on the lower left hand, pick a pipe to connect into. So I'm going to choose this pipe. And if we go back to our plumbing, you see what happens? Instead of it connecting directly above it, it connects, it goes all the way around and connects into there. So you have to be careful. There are a few tricks that you can do. I'm going to undo this. I don't want to give Revit any, I think it's a hit and miss, but I like to not give it too much ammunition. Okay, so I'll maybe change the direction. There might be a few other tricks that you can use so that Revit doesn't make that loop, where if you choose your fixture and you want to connect into a pipe, whatever system that is, and you choose your pipe system, you want Revit to do that. Okay, let's go back around, and that's the connection you want. You don't want it to loop all the way out to the end, which it has a tendency to do. So just be careful when you're doing that, because it's not going to work all the time, but just keep trying it. It may or may not work. So we want cold water. Yes. Pipe, yes. Okay. Let's go around. I think that I'm gonna, is that a 1 inch? Yeah, let's change this to 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch. Change it to 3/4 inch, and then I'll get the two laboratories. Let's see what Revit does with this piece of information. Connect into cold water. Yes. See, it went to the end. Let's undo this. Undo. So you can pick here. Pick here. I know that this is cold water. Go here, no problem. And this is I'm gonna change this to 1/2 inch, and come from here and select the pipe, and here, and I'll just fill it, and Revit will do the rest. Let's modify, fill it, 1, 2, okay. So now we have all of those connections. So what we can do now, let's go over to the left hand side of this bathroom. So I'm gonna come here, let's move our section view. And when you're rotating your section view, you want to get as close as possible. You don't want to come out here and rotate with your center of rotation. When you place your center of rotation, if you're out a few distance, then you're going to get your other, I don't know what you call these things. These nearest to all of these snap modes, all of this snap, you see all those dash lines? You don't want that, because that's how you want it. You want it to be perpendicular or in 90-degree modes. So you don't want to see those lines. So when you know you're going to rotate, okay, you want to get in close, because I'm going to concentrate in this area anyway. I'm not going to concentrate over here or over there. I'm going to concentrate back in here. Okay, so you highlight it. Okay, get your rotate place. Come here, here. Oh, there's a straggler, and boom, you're done. Okay, so you want to get in as close as possible when you're rotating. That's probably good, about right there. Okay, so if I want to rotate, let's highlight, rotate, place, all right here, and then you can, it's easy to manipulate how you're going to rotate now, because you can see nothing. You don't see like that line. You're not going to get that. I mean, that's maybe a 45 or something, but you want to get in as close as possible. Okay, so let's come here. Let's go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect our cold water to the water heater. The water heater has its own connection also. So let's go to the section so we can see both. Water coming down is at a 1 inch. I'm going to change that to a 1 inch. Okay, so it's coming off. This is our pipe. I'm going to change this to a 1 inch. That's why I like to get my views in 3D. That way I can choose all of this through a window. Okay, so that's 1 1/4. I'm going to change that to a 1 inch. And let's go back to our section. Let's come down. Okay, so I'm gonna make this. This is like a construction. I'll show you the reason I did that. Okay, because when you come down, you want to line up these two horizontal pipes. When you're looking at it on plan view, you want to line up. So I want to line up the first pipe with the second pipe. Okay, just make sure you have room back here. So let's go back. So now I know that it's lined up in the horizontal view. I can erase this. And I can use this piece to fill it. So we fill it here and here. Okay, so we made that connection. So now let's go back up top. And what we're going to do is come off, going to use a similar, create similar again. Only this time, this is going to be 1 inch. Okay, so now we come over. Let's come over, and I'm going to drop down. I'm going to kind of put it. It's over the top of the shower, but I mean it can be anywhere along that plane, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, I can see it in my section view. Okay, so it's here. So we're going to drop down, and we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other side. We have to use our section view to, and see I'm getting it close because I know I'm getting ready to rotate it negative 90 degrees. Okay, here, 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 and go 90. And so we do the same. We have to get our references. So I know that my connections are here and my other connections are there. Let me widen this out a little bit more. And my connections are here. So I can see that in my section view, okay? So I know that I need to drop down and come maybe about horizontal about that much. So let's do this. I'm gonna come down about right there and go over to about right there, okay? So that's the connection and connection here. Let's go back and look at our connections. Again, so the cold water is on the right hand side. I would do a connect into, but I mean it works sometimes it doesn't, and that was just as fast as making a connection into. I'm going to change that 1 inch to a 1/2 inch and just use this connection and fill it just like we did with the other two, with the last two of the lavatories. So we have all of our lavatories all set up. I mean, all of our cold water system is all set up. Okay, so what if we, I might look for, we have our fixture units, okay, and I'm going to leave the rest of it. Okay, so next next will be sanitary. So this bathroom will be complete. I'm also going to put a floor drain in this bathroom. So I'll do that in the next video, guys. Okay, guys, I hope that helped, and I will talk to you guys later.